if you're dealing with extra drama, though.
And then they wanted us to come up with new stuff on the spot, which isn't a problem because that's my job. And the other girls were calling each other out because they had heard them do those jokes on stage before, and they're like, "That's not new." And I'm like, all of my stuff was new. So, and I had an arsenal of stuff that I had never done on stage that I could kind of pull from. So, yeah, that was crazy too because they had all of us in a room together. There were 8 grown women in a room together. They put us in a room with bunk beds with silk sheets. Now, I don't know when the last time you ever tried to crawl up on the top of a bunk bed with a silk sheet.
Never.
So the first night that we were filming, they took our pictures in this room that was on the side from the kitchen. And then when everybody was in the other room, I went to check and that door wasn't locked. So every night after all the rest of those bitches went to sleep, because they were in there snoring and farting, nobody wanted to be in that room, right? Every time they would go to sleep, I would crawl down off my little silky top bunk. I would go in the other room on that couch, and I would sleep far away from them. I would set my alarm and get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, take a shower, because there was only one shower. I would take a shower before all the rest of them, get back in bed with my face completely beat, lashes on, and then when the cameras would come in, raise like the crypt keeper with all this makeup on and be like, "Oh, hi, cameras. I had no idea." I would lay down for like an hour, and then the cameras would come in, and all the rest of them would be fighting for the bathroom, and I would just be like, "I don't know what to tell you." And they told us not to have our cell phones. I totally stashed my cell phone.
Yeah.
I gave them another phone, and then had a little flip phone that I was using to call my boyfriend at the time. Like,
what is it about reality shows and like you can't have your phone?
they want to document everything. Like, if I get on the phone, if we're in a house together and I get mad at you and I call Dave, they want to hear Dave's response. If I call Dave and I'm like, "Man, F her, I can't believe blah, blah, blah," they want to hear Dave be like, "Well, you should tell her about it," or whatever the hell that he would say. They want to hear all the conversation. And it sucks because they make you basically have a notebook where you have to handwrite phone numbers that would normally be very accessible in your phone, like the good old days. Like, write out a phone book of people that you would want to call.
Oh, that's why they always have the notebooks when they go into the... Oh.
Yeah. Reality shows are such...
Yep.
It really
That's
is.
why I don't watch them.
They, honestly, they just want you to fight all the time.
I mean, you give like 8 women like bunk beds and 1 bathroom. You just asking for,
right?
Even if you're all like really cool, happy,
unless
looking
you're me, and you're smarter than the average bear, and you found another room.
I bet they had like night vision cameras capturing all that. Just being like, "And here's Reggie sneaking around to the couch."
Probably. And then all the viewers would be like, "That's a smart ass white girl."
Yeah, basically.
That white girl's smart on that whatchamacallit show. That man named no show. That white girl's smart on that show.
I would be doing that.
Yeah. And the camera guys, none of them, they would be literally fighting in the next room.
Oh, wow.
And the camera guys would be filming me. And like, there was one little girl, she was from New Orleans. She was like 16 when she started doing stand-up. And so I was having a conversation with her about Hurricane Katrina. It was like right after it happened. And the camera guys would like, they were screaming in the other room. And like, he just looked over his shoulder and then was like, and he just kept filming us. Like, none of them wanted to have anything to do with it because they were just going apeshit crazy in there. They were drinking gin at 6 o'clock in the morning. You just woke up.
Wow.
You just woke up.
Damn.
It is too early for...
You may be alcoholic.
For real.
That's even too early for a Bloody Mary. I need to at least be 10, 11.
Yeah.
Like, the sun has barely came up. I need some tomato juice with this liquor, not juice. Like, I'm not Snoop Dogg. I'm not like an old black man that needs gin early in the morning. Like, what are you doing? Like... Yeah, that was an interesting experience, and I think about that every time I'm approached about any kind of reality show. I always try to do it because it's an opportunity, and
it's exposure.
Other opportunities, but
yeah. Well, I mean, that's how all these ratchet bitches got on.
Right. Well, everybody doesn't have to be ratchet. Like Housewives of Atlanta, I'm not just saying this because I work with her, but Candy's not like that. Well, she's got raw with people before, but it was like a real argument. It wasn't contrived. And a lot of times they put you in these uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
Like, Natasha slept with my boyfriend last week, and then they're going to be like, "Hey, everybody's meeting at
Don't tell anybody.
the party bar, and I'm going to be like, oh, well, is Natasha going to be there? And they're going to be like, no. And then they're going to go right behind my back and call Natasha and be like, we're filming at the party bar. We need you guys to come down here. So she'll be there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
They set up this drama
Yep.
in such a way that you're like, it's so contrived.
Can't believe you would sleep with someone else.
Oh man.
What the hell?
You'll be okay.
Last time I
It's
had a
drama.
boyfriend, Natasha was in elementary school, so I think we're all good on that. No threat there. That never happened. F.
We can turn this into the ratchet edition of tabletop.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I can't
believe
control myself.
you.
I'm so angry. You can have him. I don't want him anyway. That's how I would probably be. So, yeah. Reality shows. What else is going on television? Have y'all caught the new American Horror Story
Nope.
Hotel?
I just started watching the first one.
You saw the first one. I saw last night's. Was the first one that I've seen. The first one aired on my birthday, and I thought it was recording it, but it was recording American Horror Story Freak Show from last year. And apparently, DVR's not smart enough to know, hey, there's a new season coming out with the same title.
No.
But I watched a little bit of it last night, and it was...
That's kind of how I feel like they've all gone downhill. Because the first season I thought was great, and the second season I thought was pretty good, and the third season I didn't think was scary at all, but kind of interesting. And I didn't see the fourth season.
Well, I just got my new Apple TV today, so I'm
Yeah.
very excited about my little Apple TV box. So now I can watch stuff from Netflix on the big TV. And American Horror Story is not something I can watch on my phone because it scares the crap out of me because it's like this tiny little screen I have to look this close to. And then I'm like, oh. And then I
Anyone
feel
can
like
sneak up on you.
nobody can see it but me. And I've got my headphones in. Nobody can hear it but me. I don't know why that makes it scarier to me. But I tried watching the first season of American Horror Story on my phone. I was like, meh. But now that I can project it onto my TV, then I'll probably watch it. But I only saw the first episode of The Flash, but I was immediately engaged. I can't believe the pilot was as good. So you watch it? You said
Oh my gosh, I love The Flash and Arrow.
That pilot was so good. Like,
Yeah.
Usually the pilots kind of they didn't.
Oh no, it was
skip on special
it was
effects or
awesome.
anything.
I'm so happy that they've done that series really well so far, and it really plays in a lot in with Arrow. It's like you have to watch both of
That's
them.
the one I've been watching. You've been watching Flash. I've been watching Arrow.
Well, you're the one that told me. I think that Natasha told you that they
overlap, yeah.
overlap.
Yeah, because they introduced Barry Allen in Arrow originally, and then it was like kind of like some talks, and then it was like next thing we know, like the following season, it's like he has his own series. It's like yes,
Barry Allen is the Flash.
yes, Barry Allen is the Flash.
The Arrow, he made a cameo in the first one.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that throughout the first season. They go like he goes to Starling City, which is where Arrow is, and then they go to Central City where Flash is, and they do like a lot of like team ups and stuff. It's really cool. I really like it.
So how many seasons is The Flash in now?
It just started second season like a few
so I'm not
weeks
far
ago.
behind. And Arrow is probably about one season too.
No, Arrow is on season 4.
Oh, meh.
Yeah, and they have a lot of episodes. I think it's like 20 episodes.
There's
a
24
season.
episodes in every Arrow season.
Yeah.
Dang.
I know. So I'm
Yeah.
on like episode 8 or
So
9.
24 hours
Yeah.
a
but-
season.
Yep.
So if I watched it 4 days straight,
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to binge watch it for 4 days, no
well, I
sleep.
binge watched Walking Dead for season. I think
Oh, I
the
have
first 4
faith in you.
seasons.
I'm not saying that as if you can't. But I can't.
I think I'm gonna do Flash first.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna just do it, and then I'll go back and try to catch up on Arrow.
Yeah, Arrow's really good.
You won't miss too much between like the stuff from like Arrow's first few seasons don't really have anything much to do with
So
Flash.
I could just do last.
The only
season.
thing that's weird is that with Flash, because I know like in this first season, there's a lot. It came on Tuesdays and Arrow came on Wednesday, so something might happen in Flash, and then it might have like Arrow and the cast members there, and then they'll reference something in Arrow or vice versa, and then be like, wait, what are they talking about? So they do that, and they do that purposely to get you to watch both shows, of course.
Makes
but
sense.
yeah, like the first few seasons of Arrow don't really have anything to do with Flash at all.
Yeah, Flash can get it. That was dope.
But it was really good.
And they had him in a little interracial relationship, season 1. I was like, okay. I mean, if
Yeah.
they weren't in a relationship, but
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was like,
I don't know.
Well, he's in love with her. I know
Yeah.
that after one episode. Speaking of overlapping, I heard somebody the other day complain their ass off about I know what it was on. Do you guys watch that show, The People's Couch?
Never heard of it.
I want to get cast on that show so bad. It's do you remember Mystery Science Theater?
Yeah.
From way back in the day where the two robots would critique the movies?
Yeah.
Was that what it's called, Mystery Science Theater?
Yeah, it is. And there's a newer one that it's like the same concept. I can't remember what it's called, though.
Well, this is kind of like that. So they take, they have a regular white family, like mom and dad with two sons, and they watch TV in the bed. And then they have a black family with the mom, the dad, and the son. And then they have the lesbian girl with her best straight friend. And then they have three gay guys. Like, they just have different, this season.
That sounds interesting.
Those guys are staples. This season, they've got these two new Persian girls. Not so much. But that show, watching them watch all of our favorite shows and their critiques on it is hilarious.
I
It is
bet.
such, The People's Couch, I'm telling you, check it out. It's such a good show.
What's it on?
Bravo. I think. Bravo or E. I think.
That's probably why I've never heard of it.
I don't know. I think Bravo.
Hmm.
But check it out if you get a chance. If they've got all episodes, Netflix, whatever, it's worth it because I laugh out loud the whole time because especially the gay dudes are flipping, and the lesbian and her best friend are freaking hilarious. But they were watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and they were talking about their side of the Caitlyn Jenner debacle, and they were like, I'm so sick of hearing this story. Because originally it came out with the Diane Sawyer interview with Vanity Fair. And then we heard all about it through that. And then I Am Kate came out, the little docuseries about Bruce's transformation into Caitlyn. And now the freaking Kardashians are digging it up again. And so we got to watch it like... I'm sick of hearing about Caitlyn Jenner.
Me too.
At the end of the day. So I'm sure you guys heard about the Lamar Odom.
I've heard that something happened, but I didn't hear what happened.
He last weekend, I guess he felt some type of way about when he saw the way that he was portrayed on that last episode of the Kardashians, which personally I watched it and I didn't really see what he was so upset about. But he went to do you remember that show The Bunny Ranch that used to come on HBO? It was about a brothel out in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well apparently they own another place. It may even be the Bunny Ranch, but they've just made it bigger and called it something else, something ranch. But it's a brothel. So he went there with a ton of drugs and bought a whole bunch of herbal over-the-counter Viagra. And just did tons of blow for sure. We know just a ton of cocaine. And he overdosed.
Oh, whoa.
And, and so he was rushed to the hospital. When they found him, stuff was coming out of his mouth, out of his nose. They rushed him to the emergency room. He was completely non-responsive. Everybody thought that he was dead or at least going to be brain dead. And Chloe rushed to his side, and she said a bunch of times on the show on Keeping Up with Kardashians, she's like, I still love Lamar. I wish I could be married to him still. Like, she's clearly still in love with him.
Is she married to him?
No, she's still married to him. They had filed for divorce, and it hadn't went through yet. But she's been dating this other dude that's a basketball player as well, and he's got like a big beard. I can't remember his name.
James Harden?
Yep.
Huh.
I was like, huh.
I just know from the
I
beard. I don't
we
know
bonded
anything
on
else.
it, and I was like, some basketball player, and you just quarterbacked me. Thanks, Dave. But yeah, she was dating him, and she rushed to his side, and she's been with him ever since it happened. He spent $75,000 at that brothel in a matter of a couple of days.
I wonder what he got for that money.
A lot.
Moving on.
A lot of
Pay off my
bitches
student
and
loan.
cocaine,
Silence.
a bunch of foursomes, probably fivesomes, a bunch of orgies. I don't know what $75,000 buys you at a brothel, Dave. Snack cakes. Hopefully there were some snacks in there.
There's some zebra cakes on the pillows.
Right. I'm sure it was real classy. Just like that. Zebra cakes are gross.
No, they're not.
They are, because the icing's gross and on the outside, and then when you bite into it, the top cookie slides off, and then it's just that nasty, gross. I hate
No,
zebra
it's
cakes.
still delicious. But Nutty Bars are better, and
hate Nutty
the
Bars,
queen
too.
of all of them is Miss